14 Nagaland legislative 7th session la last din de Nagaland Pulp and Paper Limited kundu de Tuli Paper Mili mate ito upar kota korise MLA nukluto shibra sawal uthaigina ite mill July thaka MS 3A Capital Services pra petroleum natural gas aro koi kule extract korubole permit pa kwa chinta dikhaise advisor pangjung jamer pra itu opor chinta dikhaise CM Nefurio pra itu homoy lekin dilaise ki itu mamla sai dibule karne committee ekta banai dibo
Nagaland is a difficult state. Nagaland is a troubled state. We don't have any expertise to manage and run any big factories or industries. We don't have the resource, we don't have the technical persons. And that's why those days, the leader of the state, they must have built up a hope with the Hindustan Paper Corporations Limited. This is a Government of India undertaking corporation. But instead, they have put us into a huge problem. The landowners, the employees, and the state as a whole. They own 96.49% and Nagaland has only 3.51%. They failed miserably and they did not resolve the failures and the problems they created. Instead, they have taken an auction on 7 November 2023 and then handed over to MS 3A Capital Services Limited, a Bombay-based private company. Interestingly, the court has Bombay High Court has directed to the state that this Nagaland Pulp and Paper Company Limited should be handed over to this company, the new owner called as MS 3A Capital Services Limited, based in Bombay. Now it is going to be 2 years, and as per the record, what they intend to and what they will do, it is also confusing, and no agreement has been signed. They are dealing with the staffs of the company, but without, as question raised by Honorable MLA Nuklu, without the government officers and the department. Well, it's good if they can resolve, but then there are many questions to be asked, and so I assure the House that we should set up a committee to look into all this handling, and we should give time limit. Otherwise, we have to rethink, and even we should take up a complaint and take up cases against the Hindustan Paper Corporations Limited, whom the state government trusted and hand over all the land and the raw materials in that area. The suffering of the people is highly regretted. We feel sorry for them, and it should be resolved early. So I give that assurance. Thank you.
Permit, let me also take a little time on this matter. Thank you, sir. Since MBBCL paper mill is falls in my area, Tuli Assembly constituency, I would like to contemplate on some few points on the question raised by our honorable member, Sri Nagutishi MLA. Sir, as we are all aware that MBBCL, Nagaland Pulp and Paper Company Limited, erstwhile Tuli Paper Mill, was set up in the year 1972 at Sitigong under the Ramagan village jurisdiction of Mokung district, which functioned for almost 2 decades, but unfortunately the factory was shut down in the year 1992. Speaker, sir, the Hindustan Paper Corporation, HPC, and the government of Nagaland came up with an agreement on 31st March 1972 for setting up of the paper industry at the present site at Sitigong under Mokchung district, also known as Paper Nakar. The government of Nagaland purchased and made land available to the company for establishment, running, operation, and maintenance. The government of Nagaland agreed to allow the company without any charge for use of government roads and bridges, transport of raw materials and products. Lease for the accurate area to the company shall be for 30 years, and expiry lease can be extended with mutual agreement. Government of Nagaland shall not grant any trimming or rights to any persons in the leased area ownership of forest land. The total area under 4 plots of land is almost 697.98 acres, including the factory and township area, and lease agreement was made for 99 years. And the second lease agreement was made on 24 March 1982 for 30 years in 19 villages in different locations, and the total area comes to 126.24 square kilometer. That is 31,560 acres of forest land. However, even though the factory was defunct and the production was discontinued, the NBCC paper mill workers continued their services, and most of the company employers were offered various voluntary retirement schemes during 1998 and 2000. But some of the workers volunteered and continued their service to the company. Until date, few employers are still engaged in the factory without salary or any revision of pay. Speaker, sir, it was very appealing to learn that 3A Capital Services, a Mumbai-based company, had taken over management of NBCCL, and like our Honorable Minister has mentioned, on 7 November 2023, without any notification to the state government to revive the NBCCL. It is almost 2 years after the new company has taken over the management of the NBCCL, but till date, pending salaries, electricity bill, government dues, extra has not been waived off. Speaker, sir, our state government view and the people's aspiration was to revive the paper mill, which is said to be a challenging task requiring collective effort of all stakeholders. However, it appears that the 3A Capital Services intention is not to revive the paper mill to fulfill the people's dream, but their focus is to set up ethanol factory for fuel and to explore the underground natural resources to extract minerals like gold, oil, and natural gas, etc. Honorable Speaker, sir, my humble suggestion would be, number 1, if the company intent is not to revive the paper mill, the forest area of 31,560 acres of forest land leased out by the state government should be seized immediately, as the agreement has also exceeded 43 years without any renewal since the agreement year 1982. Number two, 3A Cable Services Company should take responsibility of all liabilities and make payment of the pending salaries of the employees. Number three, the state government should not make any agreement or sign MOU with the 3A Cable Services Company except for revival of the installed paper industry. Speaker, sir, as unemployment has become a pressing concern.